We'll get into some of the localization pieces around the plant in Sunderland and operations there. But before we do, Chery, a relatively new player to the market, with the OMODA coming into the market in 2024, JAECOO brand coming in 2025. Can you walk us through a little bit about what your finished vehicle logistics network looks like from factory to retailer?
Okay, certainly. Although we are relatively new entrant in the UK market, our finished vehicle logistics network has been designed from day one with basically two principles in our mind. One is high resilience and another one is scalability. So today, OMODA and JAECOO vehicles are primarily produced in our manufacturing bases in China and then shipped to the UK via ro-ro vessels. In terms of the port strategy, we mainly utilize deep sea ports on the east and south coast of England. This is based on efficiency for handling high throughput and connecting to inland transport. However, we are actively looking at a broader footprint. Once the vessel's arrival, vehicles can be quickly discharged and moved to our strategically located VPC, the Vehicle Processing Center. Here, they can go through PDI, pre-delivery inspection, and any necessary software or hardware configuration. From there, we rely on a network of specialist carrier networks managed by our third-party logistics partners to deliver vehicles to over 180 retail points across the UK. And our current design philosophy is not to hold a large centralized. Instead, we operate a flow-through model relying on precise port handovers and logistics visibility systems. So this ensures vehicles move from the port to the showroom to the dealer side in the shortest possible time, while also reducing our holding cost on high value assets.
The group has seen impressive growth this March in the UK. The JAECOO 7 over 10,000 registrations. So you're operating multiple brands. Dealing with these peaks, this rapid growth, do you see your vehicle import and distribution strategy evolving to meet the demand?
The demand is surging, and this is really a story of moving from survival to adaptations, and then now we leading the market. So in the early stages, our strategy was asset light and fast start. So we rely on a lot about the spot charterings and short-term burst bookings. Last year, as we have been seeing that we delivered over 53,000 vehicles across our brands and now 61,000 vehicles for the past 5 months only in 2026, captured like nearly 6% of the UK market, positioning in top 2 in the overall market. So at this scale, the model has to evolve rapidly. 3 things actually has been changed. So first, we're moving from our spot chartering to a more long-term contracts and dedicated vessel schedules. We now have long-term agreement with the top shipping liners, ensuring the stable capacity and fixed liner service. This has dramatically reduced our exposure to freight rates, volatility, or the market fluctuations, and so on and so forth. And second, a decongestion strategy for ports. So with a single port or just the 2 ports can no longer handle a few 100,000 vehicles annually. So we have to spread the risk, make the expansion, make development. So we are strengthening our links with other coastal ports at north, east, south, west in UK. So this really aligns directly with our European headquarters strategy and UK strategies as well, using the inland and the railroad networks there to relieve the pressure and optimize the last sea mile costs. And third, we upgrading our V2C, the vessel to showroom capabilities with multiple brands now and powertrains in the mix. We have also increased the size of our buffer storage rooms or storage areas to really handle the complexity of the peak arrivals. So our goal and our objective is always to keep the flow moving fast with the more, utilized areas and space.
And if we switch to the after sales, customer care is increasingly important in a highly competitive market for the OEMs. So talk us through how you've designed your UK after-sales parts distribution network. What are some of the key decisions behind this?
After-sales network is really connected to our brand trust, our customer loyalty. So our core decision was this, finding an expert partner and rather than investing in heavy assets ourselves. So well before our official launching back to year 24, we made a critical decision to sign a multi-year contract with DHL Supply Chain UK. After sales parts center is actually located in Rugby. It's no accident, so Rugby sits in the heart of the country with excellent the connections and the guaranteeing the next day or even faster delivery to dealers nationwide. But there's the key differentiators. We are using DHL Center of Excellence for e-mobility. This is a deliberately future-proof decision because our model lineup includes the petrol, the hybrid, and fully electric vehicles. So we don't just need to store traditional body panels. So we need a capability for compliant, safe storage and circulations of high voltage batteries. So currently this central regional hub model supports our market size at this moment. But as volumes grow further, we are evaluating the warehouse's capabilities and possibly in Manchester or Nottingham or other place in UK, but given the UK's geographic scale, a strong central hub remains the most efficient solutions for the foreseen future for aftermarket service and the parts logistics there. So we are continuously developing the logistics framework there.
And a key part of your localization strategy is assembly at the plant in Sunderland. Can you talk a little bit about how the key milestones ahead for bringing this to the UK?
Yeah, in terms of the investment, I think this is an interesting topic. Definitely, we are not just shipping cars to the UK. We are building a complete industrial and logistics footprint here. And the investments we have prioritized reflect that long-term commitment. So yeah, let me walk you through what we have done because it's substantial, right? First, in people and commercial structure, we now have 180 colleagues in our London office dedicated solely to passenger car sales, and that is a serious commercial team. And separately, we have a dedicated team in Liverpool managing our commercial vehicle business, and that gives us clear strategic focus across different vehicle segments. And then secondly, the most significant one is the localization, right? We are investing in a new KD facility in close to Newcastle, and this is a major step. So we will soon begin producing vehicles here in the UK. And then third, our own transport capability. We are in the process of forming a joint venture to establish our own dedicated fleet. So this will give us direct control over onward transport capability, a more critical capability as volumes growing massively. And then fourth, I think our own service network. So we have built our own dedicated vehicle service and repair centers. This is about controlling the customer experience post-sale, right? Which is just as important as the sale itself. Fifth, I think this is a major logistics move. So vessel strategy. We have added 6 new chartered vessels starting operating at the end of this year, 2026. But more notably, we have secured chartered vessel on the Arctic route, which reached the UK in just 22 days. Okay, so normally we take 45 days. Okay, this one just 22 days. So that is dramatically faster than conventional routes. So this fast, transit time, is being deployed for our new vehicle launch campaign for Lepas on August. So actually, I think, try to summarize. We have invested in people, staffs in London and, the commercial vehicle teams in Liverpool. We also have invested in facilities with, the KD plans, and we have invested in the transport assets through JV for our own fleet of 6 additional chartered vessels, including the Arctic roads. We have also invested in several in-service infrastructures with our own repair centers in the center of the UK. The logic is scaling fast, building the capability, and so in every sense to really support the scale.
As you scale and your network adapts, you'll need to seek new partners, collaborations throughout the UK supply chain. What qualities are most important to you and the Chery team today? And how do you expect those priorities to evolve as the business matures?
In terms of the partnership with our carriers, so firstly, we would like to drive the overall success, the end-to-end service. It's not only just a service provider, we're looking forward to a solution provider. So we would like to find a supplier that can grow and expand together with, the sales rising pace like us. And we do investment together with our suppliers or carriers, and then we build the long-term commitment to really drive the success mutually. So a lot of the service level and performance requirements will be, timing and cost competitiveness and faster responsiveness. All of these, like traditional requirements of carrier evaluations, also part of the fundamental requirements here. But other than that, I think we will really want to build a long-term strategic partnership with our suppliers in UK, and then we grow and develop all together.
Kathleen, thank you so much. Fantastic insights. We've covered a lot of ground. As I say, plenty of milestones already achieved and many more to come. We look forward to continuing the collaboration following this exciting journey with you. Thanks so much for joining.
Thank you.